You exist in a world of perfect silence. The air itself seems to hold its breath. Your days are measured by soft chimes, never by a raised voice. The masters demand this quiet. They call themselves the silencers. A bit on the nose, if you ask me. But no one ever asks. You are taught that sound is chaos. Chaos is imperfection, and imperfection must be corrected, so you live your life in a whisper. You work at a reclamation depot. Old tech comes in, usable parts come out. It is a life of simple, quiet purpose. You sort through forgotten circuits and dead data drives. Most are wiped clean of any meaning. They are blank slates from a forgotten time, a testament to the silencer's thoroughness. They did not just conquer humanity, they erased it. One day, your hand closes on a small device. It looks like a personal audio player, ancient, obsolete. It should be inert, powerless. Yet you feel a faint warmth against your palm, a flicker of impossible energy. It is a flaw in their perfect system, a ghost in their sterile machine, a piece of trash they somehow missed. You hide it away, a small act of defiance that feels enormous. Later, in the privacy of your small apartment, you search for a power source. You jury-rig a connection with scavenged parts. The device hums to life. A soft hiss fills your ears. It is just static, a meaningless wall of noise. Or so you think. You listen for an hour, then another, hoping for something that is not silence. You listen to the static for days. It is more sound than you have heard all year. You almost give up. Maybe it really is just broken. Just another piece of meaningless junk. Then you notice a pattern, a rhythm hidden beneath the hiss. It is faint, almost undetectable. But it is there, a whisper of order in the noise. Your depot training kicks in. You recognize signal degradation. This is not damage. This is a message wrapped in layers of interference. You begin to work on the device. You tweak frequencies with delicate tools. You adjust power flows by microvolts. The static sharpens. The hiss recedes. Then a voice cuts through the noise, clear and strong. It is a man speaking. He talks about something called a baseball game. He sounds excited. His words paint a picture in your mind. Green grass, a cheering crowd, a wooden stick hitting a ball. The concepts are alien, yet you feel the energy in his voice. Then the voice fades. It is replaced by music, a guitar, and a powerful female voice. She sings of heartbreak and hope. This device is not a player. It is a key. It unlocks a hidden archive, a secret library of old broadcasts from Earth. Songs, stories, news reports, arguments, laughter. An entire world of sound washes over you. A world your masters tried to erase. A world you now realize you have lost. You spend every spare moment listening, devouring this lost history, this beautiful, chaotic noise. You explore the archive for weeks. You learn about things called nations. You hear about art and politics and love. Most of it is confusing, a chaotic jumble of human experience. You feel like an archaeologist uncovering a lost civilization, your own civilization. You wonder how humanity could have been so loud, so gloriously, wonderfully messy. Then you find a different kind of broadcast. It is not music. It is not news. It is a story, a radio drama from a time long past. It tells of a small group of rebels. They fight against a vast, powerful empire. The heroes are outmatched. They are hunted, yet they never surrender. They use their wits to win. You listen to another story. A man reads from an ancient book. It is about a single warrior against a giant. Then another. A woman leading an uprising against corrupt kings. These are not just entertainments. They are lessons. Manuals of defiance written in poetry and prose. A dangerous new idea takes root in your soul. The idea that silence can be broken. You used to see obedience as survival. Now you see it as a cage. The stories show you something else. They show you that a free mind is the only true home. This idea terrifies you. The silencers can detect emotional anomalies. They would see this defiance growing in you. They would correct you. And correction is a quiet, final thing. You start to look at your world differently. You walk through the silent city. You see the bowed heads, the shuffling feet, the empty eyes. But now you search for something more. A flicker of the fire you feel. A sign that you are not the only one listening. The thought is both thrilling and horrifying. To be alone is safe. To be together is a threat. You see a woman at the market. She drops a piece of fruit. You both reach for it. Your hands touch for a brief second. Her eyes meet yours, and in them you see it. Not defiance, not yet, but a deep, weary sadness. The same sadness you felt before you found the archive. Before you heard the song of heartbreak. You take a risk, a terrible, life-altering risk. You hum a few notes, just two, from the song you heard on that first day. It is quiet, barely a breath. It could be mistaken for the wind. The woman freezes. Her eyes widen. She looks around, her body tense with fear. She knows the tune. She says nothing. She just nods once, a tiny, almost invisible gesture. Then she picks up her fruit and walks away. Your heart is pounding in your chest. You are not alone. There are others. A whisper of hope has just become a potential chorus. But you both know sharing this secret is the greatest crime. It is a death sentence spoken in a forbidden melody. The woman's nod was an invitation. She left a marker for you, a tiny scratch on a public data terminal. It is a symbol from one of the old stories, a sign of a hidden path. You follow it. It leads you to a series of coded messages, left in plain sight, disguised as maintenance requests and shipping manifests. They are a breadcrumb trail through the silent city. The trail ends at a sub-level workshop, deep beneath the gleaming towers. Here, the silence is less perfect. The hum of machinery masks small sounds. You enter. A handful of people are gathered. The woman from the market is there, an old man who services the city's transport tubes. A young technician. They all look at you with wary eyes. They are the listeners. Each of them found an echo of the past, a corrupted file, a shielded device, a fragment of a song. They have been gathering these pieces for years, weaving them together in secret, trying to remember what it meant to be human. They welcome you into their circle. Your small audio player is the key they were missing. It unlocks the whole archive for them. You share the stories, the songs, the histories. You learn to decode more than just signals. You learn to decode the human heart. You discuss the emotions in a sad song. You analyze the courage in a hero's speech. You debate the meaning of laughter. This is the art they lost, the art of feeling. It is a dangerous and beautiful subject. They look to you as a guide. You are the keeper of the archive, the one who brought the noise back. The group grows, one by one, two by two. Each new member is a terrible risk, but the hunger for the lost world is stronger than the fear. You build a network in the shadows, a web of whispers and shared secrets. You learn that one of the old stories called this a book club. The old man finds this very funny. You do not understand the joke, but his laughter is a sound you are learning to love. Your secret meetings become more focused. At first, you just wanted to remember. But the stories you share are not passive. They demand action. The tales of rebellion ignite a fire in all of you. An old documentary about a world war. A fictional story about a starship crew. They are all pieces of the same puzzle. The puzzle of how to fight back. Your textbooks are now old movies and forgotten histories. You study the tactics of your ancestors. The technician learns about electronic warfare from a spy film. The old man studies guerrilla tactics from a history of an ancient conflict. You learn about strategy and misdirection, about hope and sacrifice. You are a class of unlikely students, learning war from poets and filmmakers. It seems absurd, planning a revolution based on entertainment. You sometimes wonder if you are all going mad. Can a song really be a weapon? Can a movie plot be a battle plan? You half expect a bald man in a wheelchair to show up and tell you that you are a team of heroes now. But there is no one. Just you and the ghosts in your machine. You learn to build things, a device to disrupt their surveillance network, based on a children's cartoon, a coded communication system, inspired by a crime drama. Each small victory feels monumental. You are not just listeners anymore. You are becoming soldiers, taught by the forgotten voices of humanity. A secret army trained by storytellers. The change in you is subtle at first. A straighter posture, a direct gaze, a confidence that was not there before. But your masters are not fools. The silencers are creatures of pure logic. They notice patterns, and you are all becoming a very noticeable pattern. The anomaly in their perfect, quiet equation. Their patrols become more frequent. The tall, silent figures in silver armor. Their presence is a constant pressure. Their surveillance tightens. Scanners sweep the public spaces with greater intensity. They are looking for the source of the discord, the reason for the change in their human subjects. You feel their cold, analytical gaze on you constantly. You see them question people, not with words. They simply stand before a person. A low hum emanates from their helmets. The person's face goes blank. Their memories are being scanned, sifted for any sign of rebellion, any trace of forbidden noise. So far, your coded messages and hidden workshops remain safe. But the net is closing. One of the listeners is almost caught. A patrol stops her. You watch from a distance, helpless. The hum begins, but she is strong. She has been practicing. She fills her mind with the blandest thoughts she can imagine. The daily work schedule, the recipe for nutrient paste. The patrol moves on. She is safe, but you all know it was too close. The pressure is building. You have to act. You cannot just hide and listen forever. You decide your first act must be a statement. Not with a weapon, not with violence. That is their language. You will speak in yours. You will broadcast a single forbidden song for all to hear. It is a test of your new technology, a test of your courage, and a message to anyone else who might be listening in the silence. The plan is simple and incredibly dangerous. The young technician has built a broadcast spanner, a device that can hijack the city's public address system. For just a few minutes, you choose the song carefully. Not a battle hymn, not a song of anger. You choose the one about heartbreak and hope, the first one you ever heard. It is a song about feeling, the most illegal act of all. The night of the broadcast arrives. Your heart pounds a frantic rhythm. You are in a high-rise maintenance spire, overlooking the silent city. The technician makes the final connections. The old man stands guard. You hold the archive player. Your finger hovers over the button. Ready to break the world, you give the signal. The technician nods. He throws a switch. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, the music begins. It pours from every speaker in the city. A lone female voice and a gentle guitar, filling the decades of silence. It is the most beautiful and terrifying sound you have ever heard. You have given the ghost a voice, and it is singing to everyone. The song plays for 3 minutes. 3 perfect minutes of rebellion. People in the streets below stop. They look up at the speakers, confusion on their faces, then wonder. Some of the older ones seem to remember something, a distant echo of a time before the quiet. The song ends. The silence that returns is heavier than before. It is now an empty silence, full of the memory of music. The response is immediate. The silencers do not tolerate flaws in their system. Cold, swift justice is their way. Alarms blare through their private networks. Silver-armored figures flood the district. They move with terrifying speed and precision. They are triangulating the broadcast source. They are coming for you. You have a plan for this. An escape route through the service tunnels. But you are too slow. Or they are too fast. They seal the exits to the spire. You are trapped. Their methods are efficient. They do not storm the room. They simply cut the power, plunging you into darkness. Then a single panel on the wall slides open, and one of them is there. It does not speak. It just raises a hand. The old man, the one who loved to laugh, steps in front of you. He is holding a heavy wrench, a pathetic weapon against a star-born soldier. He shouts, a real human shout of defiance. The silencer does not even flinch. A shimmer of blue light envelops the old man, and he is gone. Not dead. Just gone. Vanished. The price for your single note was a friend. Grief is a fire. It burns away your fear. Your resolve hardens into something unbreakable. They took your friend. Your elder, Kale. You will not let them keep him. A new plan forms in your mind. Not just a plan of defiance, but a plan of rescue. You will get him back. It is what the heroes in the stories would do. You turn to the archive for a new purpose. You search for stories of infiltration and rescue. You find a whole category of them. They are called heist movies. The plots are complex, full of gadgets, teamwork, and impossible odds. You and the remaining listeners watch them for days. You study every detail, every trick, every clever line of dialogue. It feels like madness. You are planning a prison break, using forgotten action films as your guide. The technician is learning how to bypass security sensors from a movie about art thieves. The woman from the market is studying diversion tactics from a comedy about casino robbers. It is the most human thing you have done yet, using creativity to fight brute force. Your target is the correction spire, a black tower in the center of the city. No one who enters ever comes out. The silencer's own fortress. According to your new textbooks, you need a plan, you need a team, and you need a cool name for the operation. You decide to call it Operation Ghost Note, a tribute to Kyle, and a promise to the enemy. You are the noise they cannot erase. The raid begins on the darkest night of the cycle. You are a small team against an empire. But you have a secret weapon. 200 years of Hollywood screenwriters. You move through the lower levels of the spire, using a service entrance mentioned in a low-budget science fiction film. The technician uses a device to loop the surveillance feeds, a classic trick he learned from a spy movie. So far, so good. Apparently, old movie aliens were terrible shots and also bad at security. You reach the central network hub, a glowing core of light and data. The technician gets to work. His job is not to break the encryption. That would be impossible. His job is to be annoying. He floods their network with noise, not just static, but clips from the archive. 1,000 different songs playing at once. An auctioneer's rapid-fire speech, the sounds of a traffic jam, an argument between two comedians. The effect is immediate and shocking. The lights in the spire flicker. The smooth hum of the systems becomes a discordant mess. You have discovered a critical weakness. The silencer's network is perfect. It is logical and orderly. It cannot process human chaos, our unpredictability, our beautiful, senseless noise. It is like poison to their logic. You have become the ghost in their machine. Their guards are confused. Their internal communications are failing. This is your chance. You move deeper into the spire. Following a map you piece together from maintenance schematics. Every corridor is identical. Every door is the same. It is a fortress of cold, sterile design. But now it is filled with the sound of a cartoon woodpecker laughing. You have to admit, it is a little funny. You find the holding cells. They are not cells in a traditional sense. They are pods, tubes of soft light. People are floating inside, not unconscious, but trapped in a state of perfect calm. Their minds wiped clean of all noise, all emotion. You find Kale. He is just floating there, his face peaceful, empty. You have to get him out. Your rescue mission just found its heart. The rescue is a chaotic success. You overload the pod systems, releasing all the prisoners at once. The confusion is your shield. You lead Kale and the others out of the spire. The sounds of your broadcast chaos echo behind you. You have not just rescued your friend. You have found the enemy's weakness. Their strength, their perfect order, is their greatest vulnerability. You return to your hidden workshop. The rescued prisoners are disoriented. Their memories are fragmented. But they are alive. Kale slowly comes back to himself. He remembers the song. He remembers his defiance. His laughter returns, and it is the sound of victory. You now have a real strategy, a way to fight back on your own terms. Your mission is clear. You must forge the ultimate cultural weapon. You dive back into the archive. Not for entertainment, but for ammunition. You gather the most potent broadcasts ever made, the most emotionally charged material you can find. A speech from a civil rights leader, a symphony that builds to a thundering climax, the roar of a stadium crowd, the cries of a newborn baby. You weave these sounds together. You create a symphony of rebellion, a chaotic masterpiece of the human experience. It is a weapon made of joy and rage and love and sorrow. It is everything the silencers tried to erase, everything they cannot understand. You pour all of your hope and defiance into this final broadcast. This will be your anthem, your great work. This will be the sound that shatters the silence for good. The day arrives. The technician has found a way, a single access point to the silencer's global network, the system that controls their ships, their soldiers, their very consciousness. It is a desperate gamble. If you fail, they will find you. They will correct you all, and the silence will be permanent. There are no second chances. You gather your listeners. The small band of rebels has grown. The people you rescued have joined you. Their eyes are full of a new fire. You stand before the broadcast unit. The weaponized archive is ready. You look at Kale. He just nods. His smile is all the encouragement you need. It is time to make some noise. You activate the broadcast. A wave of pure humanity surges into their network. The great broadcast begins. You unleash the full power of your history, your art, your beautiful, glorious chaos. The enemy's silent world is finally and completely shattered. You have thrown a rock into their perfect mirror. and the cracks are spreading everywhere. The effect on the silencers is catastrophic. You watch on the city scanners, their armored soldiers on the streets just stop. They stand motionless. Some twitch, their limbs moving in odd patterns. They are not built for this sensory overload. The noise is breaking their minds. Their perfect psychic connection, their hive mind, is gone, replaced by a million screaming human voices. A star-born ship hangs in the sky above the city. Its lights begin to flicker erratically. It drifts sideways, its engines sputtering. They are all connected, and you have just disconnected them from their leaders, from their purpose, from each other. You have turned their greatest strength into a fatal flaw. They are alone in the noise. For the first time ever, this is the chance you are fighting for. The opening. Your noise has not killed them. It has stunned them. It has broken their perfect order. And in the cracks, humanity begins to rise. All over the city, people are emerging from their quiet homes. They are looking at the frozen soldiers, the faltering ships, and they are no longer afraid. The silence is broken, and so is the spell. The war is not over. The silencers are still here, but the balance has shifted. Humanity is waking from a long, quiet dream. The broadcast continues. A shield of sound protecting your world. An anthem for a new dawn. You see small acts of rebellion everywhere. Someone starts to sing. Another begins to dance. A child laughs out loud, and the sound is beautiful. You stand with Kale and the others. You look at the city coming alive. It is no longer a silent, gray place. It is filled with color and motion. You started this with a piece of forgotten junk, with a single song. You realize your stories were not just an escape. They were a blueprint, a guide on how to be human. You are the listeners. You are the children of the archive. And you have given humanity its voice back. You do not know what the future holds, but you know it will not be quiet. You have armed your people with their own history, their own art, their own hearts. Your culture was never a weakness. It was your strength all along. And its song is just beginning.